नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, सलाम, hello दोस्तों. Time again for our next edition of weekly market review, right? So our coming week starts on 3rd October and ends on 7th October 2022. You know, I am Alok and I trade regularly in the Indian stock markets, or every week I present this my outlook for the coming week, right? So let's see what I have for you in store. So, and I always divide my session into two parts. One is technical based factors and other is news and data driven aspects, right? So let's go there. So when talking of news data, let's talk of key indices, Indian as well as US indices, because there is a huge coupling, right? दोनों कहीं ना कहीं एक दूसरे के साथ चलते हैं. Basically Indian markets tends to follow US market. तो निफ्टी और बैंक निफ्टी दोनों डाउन थे इस वीक. निफ्टी 1.34% डाउन, बैंक निफ्टी 2.31% डाउन, and US markets were down even more. S&P 500 2.91 and Nasdaq 2.69. US has been constantly going down. आपको ख्याल होगा हमने पहले ही बताया था, US is also technically in a recession now, right? So world's largest economy is in a recession. There are other economies which are on brink of recession. जो यूरोजोन की बात करें, UK की बात करें, वो बस किनारे पे खड़े हैं, right? So technically वो भी कभी recession में जा सकते हैं. Constantly US markets have been going down. Indian markets have also gone down, but there is a significant decoupling that has been observed. Indian markets उतना नहीं गिरा जितना कि US markets गिरा है. इनफैक्ट अगर डेटा देखें तो इस साल के शुरू से लेके अब तक among the larger economies of the world, Indian market has fallen the least. गिरा तो है पर बहुत ही कम गिरा है. कल का थोड़ा सा जंप भी मिला हमको कल मार्केट में, तो उसको देखा जाए तो from starting of this year, Indian market has fallen down only about 1.2%, right, which is nothing. But yes, इस बीच में काफ़ी gyrations आई हैं. हम काफ़ी नीचे भी गए थे बीच में. We went to the levels of 15,200 also, right? But on the whole, Indian market has been performing very well. Versus अगर US market की बात करें तो US market is currently down for the year, for the calendar year, around 20%. There are some markets which are down even more than that. So India is a bright spot in the economy, in the world economy, but उसके साथ एक चैलेंज है कि हम कब तक यूएस से डिकपल हो सकते हैं. द वर्ल्ड मार्केट इज ड्रिवन बाय यूएस मार्केट. तो अगर यूएस और गिरता रहा तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि हम ज़्यादा अपनी स्ट्रेंथ को होल्ड कर पाएंगे. आवर मार्केट्स माइट ऑल्सो फॉल. सो दैट इज़ अ वर्ड ऑफ कॉशन. लेट्स सी व्हाट मोर. सो दिस इज डेटा. एफआई एंड डीआई डेटा. आपको पता है एफआई लास्ट ईयर से बहुत हैवी सेलिंग कर रहे थे. इन द मंथ ऑफ अगस्त दे डिड अ वेरी डिसेंट बाइंग फिगर, बट जब से रेट हाइक्स इंक्रीज हुए हैं, so उसकी वजह से they have started selling again heavily, right? So in the beginning of this month also they were net positive, but rate hike का impact के ये और related factors, because rate hike बढ़ने से Indian assets की जो attractiveness है compared to US assets कम हो जाती है. So they FIs prefer to send money back to US, right? Most FIs from US, right? They are from other countries also. So जो वो पैसा कैसे वापस भेजेंगे जब यहाँ बेचेंगे, राइट? सो दिस वीक FIs have sold close to 15,860 crores and DIs, domestic institutions, have been supporting. उन्होंने करीब उतना या से थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा की बाइंग करी है, but on the whole FIs have been selling heavily, and for the month of September they sold more than 18,000 crores. While good support has come from DIs, around 14,000 crore उन्होंने बाइंग किया है, so which is supporting the markets. But फैक्ट इज अगर FIs कंटिन्यूसली सेल करते ही रहे, राइट, सो इंडियन DIs एटसेट्रा मे नॉट बी एबल टू सपोर्ट फुल्ली, राइट? सो मार्केट पे इम्पैक्ट तो आ ही सकता है. इंडिया विक्स हैज रिड्यूस्ड दिस वीक विच इज़ गुड, बट इन द इंटरिम ऑफ द वीक 2-3 दिन पहले काफ़ी स्पाइक भी कर गया था. बट क्लोज टू क्लोज बेसिस इंडिया विक्स इज डाउन around 3% from previous week, but it's still at 19.96, which is at relative to the historical valuations, historical figures, अभी भी ज़्यादा है, right? So there shows the fear continues in the market. Crude oil, which is a factor जो world की economy को काफ़ी drive करता है, has been falling continuously last many weeks, and I've been reporting that, and it has fallen again, though very slightly this week. So it has fallen by less than 1%, 0.79%, and it has closed at $85 per barrel. So that is good news. Only concern of worry is that there is some troubling news coming from Russia and Ukraine front. उनका एक Nord 2 करके एक undersea gas pipeline है, which has been compromised, which has been damaged, right? There is a talk of some sabotage activity there, किसी ने जानबूझ के कुछ explosive plant किए हैं, किसने किए हैं किसने नहीं किए हैं, this is all geopolitics, I don't know, and but point is gas supply में problem आ रही है, crude is related product, so there could be some trouble coming on crude front also, energy, because it's the largest basket of energy, right, in the coming weeks. So let's keep our eyes and ears open for that. RBI came up with their monetary policy MPC committee meeting was meeting, and yesterday they announced their results, and as expected, but towards the higher side of spectrum, they announced 50 basis points increase. The expectation was 35 basis to 50 basis, so they have not gone beyond that expectation, but उस expectation का जो spectrum है, जो band है, उसके higher end पे उन्होंने interest rate increase announce किया है, so that naturally spoils the market sentiment to some extent, right? While yesterday the markets did rally, but then overall it is a dampener for the markets. They have also been expecting that inflation is likely to remain at elevated levels, right? Which is a bit of a hawkish statement, which is a bit of a concerning statement, right? So and they expect that the growth rate can also be lower than what has been projected earlier, right? So bit of some concerning hawkish statements from RBI, from the RBI Governor Dr. Shaktikanta Das, right? Let's see what happens. But yes, they have increased 50 basis points, and this is a fourth increase continuously, right? So interest rates have gone up significantly now. And let's talk technicals. And before we do that, standard disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only, right? As I said earlier, I do analysis for myself and I share that. Maybe it's of use to you. However, I am clearly not a SEBI registered financial advisor. Nothing that I say here should be taken as an advice to buy any stock or sell any stock or any sector, commodity, etc. Right? I'm just sharing my views and I have a right to be wrong. Okay? Okay. So निफ्टी के अगर टेक्निकल लेवल्स की बात करें तो हमने देखा कि निफ्टी ने 16,800 के लेवल पे काफ़ी अच्छा सपोर्ट लिया, उससे नीचे थोड़ा सा गया था बट डिड नॉट क्लोज बिलो दैट, राइट? सो दैट हैज़ बीन सर्विंग एज अ गुड सपोर्ट लेवल while Nifty has fallen in the last many days. Yesterday it has bounced back from those levels, but concerns still remain. So the sense is that if 16,750 to 800 zone breaks, it might take the next support at 16,400 levels, right? So my sense for this week is Nifty should trade between 16,400 to 17,400 for this week. Looking at options chain data, so Nifty is showing a lot of option interest built up, right? At in fact, maybe I have not marked it correctly, but nevertheless we can see it. I seem to have missed out on marking correctly, but will not stop here. So on the lower side, you see a lot of interest here, 16,700 and 16,800, which is a key support zone, right? Close to 17,000 also, there is a lot of interest here. So this unlikely that this will be broken. If it is broken, the next level comes at 16,500, 16,400, right? 16,400 is technical level, 16,500 is the option interest place where there's a lot of put option interest, right? So you see support in this region of 16,700, 16,800, which may not be broken for this week. On the higher side, there is a clear resistance at 17,500, right, and 17,400. In fact, there is a gap that Nifty has made between 17,200 to 17,300, which is still unfulfilled. And if you're a technical trader, technical and specialist, if you know technicals, you know that gaps do tend to act as supports and resistances. That gap is still unfulfilled, but it's closer to the current level. So my sense is it might get broken, then my gap might get filled. So 17,400 is the level, as I said earlier, right? Okay. And before we talk of Bank Nifty, let me remind you, we have social media presence on across various channels, across various platforms. So we are there on Instagram, where I do a daily market student tomorrow. It's a everyday review of the markets, what happened today and what is my projection or analysis for the next day. That I do around 5 to 6 p.m. every day. And we provide market view before opening. We provide a lot of micro learning, which are very valuable, interesting learnings made with a lot of hard work. So you might want to visit that. On YouTube also, besides this weekly market outlook, we are running things like my trades for today and technical analysis masterclass. So if you want to learn technical analysis in a very structured manner, system से तरीके से technical analysis सीखना चाहते हैं, तो इस सीरीज को ज्वाइन करें. कपल ऑफ मॉड्यूल्स हैव बीन पोस्टेड एंड उसके बाद और कंटेंट उसमें आने वाला है, राइट. ऑल दिस इज ऑन माय यूट्यूब चैनल विच इज stockincome.in एंड सिमिलरली आई हैव एन इंस्टाग्राम चैनल आल्सो विच इज अगेन कॉल्ड stockincome.in, right. Okay, let's see what Bank Nifty charts say. So Bank Nifty charts are suggesting some resistance at 40,000 levels or support at 36,800. In fact, there is a lot of support at 37,500 also, but since that level has been breached, so our next logical recently इसको breach हुआ, कल ही breach हुआ था वो level, while उससे market काफ़ी उससे ऊपर close हुई है, so we would rather say support at 36,800 levels for this week. So I feel this is the range for Nifty for this week. Let's see. In terms of option chain, again we are seeing a lot of resistance at 40,000 levels, right. So that's why I say that level might not be crossed for the week, and on the lower side 37,000 is an area where there is a lot of open interest. 37,500 also there is a lot of open interest, but we said this level was breached yesterday, कल ही breach हुआ था ये level. तो 37,000 के करीब मार्केट को अच्छा सपोर्ट मिल सकता है. तो 36,800 37,000 should be the lower limit for market, and on the upper side 40,000 for the on the higher side. On the whole, if you might take for the markets for this week is, see what's happening is we are in a twin forces are acting on us. Our own data is not so bad, but at the same time world data is pulling us down. Our own data is pushing us forward. Our good thing is our valuations have come down. We are trading at around 20-21 PE for Nifty, which is a fair valuation, right. So in that sense we are not expensive. But at the same time, if we don't take support at the current levels, we have had, as I said earlier, हमारा काफ़ी decoupling रहा US market के साथ, right. US market जितना नीचे गिरा हम उससे 1/4 गिरे हैं almost. So अगर 1/4 से भी कम गिरे हैं actually. So अगर ये यहाँ से market संभल जाए, US market भी, world markets भी, तो we are likely to move forward, move up. But अगर यहाँ से world markets नीचे जाता है तो I don't think we can sustain that for very long. फिर हमारी markets को भी शायद गिरना पड़ेगा, right. So 16,800 is a critical, 16,750 to 800 is a critical zone, and if that breaks I think markets will go to 16,400. फिर एक reasonable fall, 400 पॉइंट का fall एक अच्छा fall होता है, वो आने के chances काफ़ी ज़्यादा हैं अगर 16,750 break होता है. So but I feel market should trade with a neutral bias for this week. Market ज़्यादा ऊपर या नीचे ना जाए इस week में, that is my sense, because world markets maybe they've digested the news of Fed policy rate hike. Indian market naturally has digested the news of our own rate hikes, right. So markets may not, and there is no other major news that is coming. There are no results that are expected, corporate results expected very soon. So I feel market should consolidate at the current levels. Let's see how it really pans out, right. So friends, that was what I had for you for this week. Thank you once again for staying with me, for watching this channel, for subscribing, for your likes, for your comments. Do stay connected, do share the channel. God bless you. Happy trading, happy investing. Jai Hind.